Well, there's some good news for Americans who have been feeling a financial pinch lately.
Right. Isn't that everybody?
Yeah,
Is that
right.
all of us? For the first time since early 2021, the U.S. Labor Department says wages are rising at a faster rate than inflation. Compared to early 2021, wages are up about 4%, while the consumer price index has increased by about 3%.
For more on what this means, we're joined by Amara Omeokwe. She is an economics reporter at the Wall Street Journal. Amara, great to have you with us. So tell us, is this wage growth happening everywhere? Is it just certain industries?
Yeah, so we're seeing overall real wage growth, which means that adjusted for inflation, wage growth is outpacing inflation, the increase in prices that we're seeing. And we are seeing overall real wage gains, but we're also seeing it in specific industries, like industries that were really hard hit by the pandemic, but then have rebounded. For instance, leisure and hospitality. We also are seeing it for manufacturing. And then we're not seeing it in some industries like the tech sector, where this year we know there have been a lot of layoffs.
My other question as we talk about this, it feels like a bit of good news, but won't wages need to keep outpacing inflation to make up for all that we've just been through since the pandemic began? I'm wondering if it's just like part of a cycle.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So although we are seeing wage gains outpace inflation right now, the reality is Americans have been dealing with high prices for 2 years, right? And those high prices have been in things that we need in our everyday lives, whether that be gas, groceries, rent. And so when you look at consumer sentiment surveys, we see that Americans aren't necessarily super upbeat about the outlook for their economic future. And that's because we have been digesting these high prices for a while, right? And so it remains to be seen whether wage growth continues to outpace inflation. One thing that economists will say is that as inflation cools, we could see these wage gains also cool, because what has happened is that workers have been demanding higher pay from their employers because prices have been rising.
Now, Amara, obviously, this is all within a greater context, which is our overall economy. What does this increase in wages mean for the risk of a recession?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? We know that the Federal Reserve, the central bank, has been working to bring down inflation by raising interest rates, right? Which raises prices across the economy. But what could be tricky is that with wage growth continuing to be strong, the Fed might feel like they have more work to do to bring inflation down. And so they might continue to do more interest rate hikes, which could tip us into a recession. At the same time, when people are seeing wage growth, that gives them the capability to continue to spend. And so that could also help the US avoid recession by continuing to create jobs, continuing to have people spend money on the things that they like and the things that they need. So we're really in kind of a weird place in the economy where the wage growth could make the Fed act more aggressively, or at the same time help the overall economy skirt a recession. So it remains to be seen.
And just quickly in our last minute, how much of this factors into CEO pay? Because the argument is made that regular workers can't make too much money, otherwise they'll spend too much money and then inflation runs away. But CEOs have been on a massive tear the past decade with their incomes. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know too much about that, but I will say that one of the sort of factors that people debate when they talk about inflation is this idea of greedflation. So this idea that corporations are kind of taking the opportunity where we have a high inflation to raise prices perhaps more than they should, and to perhaps sort of line their own pockets. And I think economists are a little divided on whether that's actually been happening in this inflationary period that we've been the last 2 years. So yeah, I'm not so sure about CEO pay, but definitely the role of corporations is something that's debated when we think about where inflation is.
All right, Amara Omeokwe, thank you.
Thank you.